Okay, hello everyone, and we are back for another race challenge from my friend Raef Gall. We have a seed that he sent me. This is an open seed, so you don't necessarily have to start with the Zelda Rescue, but it's a good place to check because the uncle does give you a sword guaranteed, which is not always something that I play with. Recently, I've done a lot of runs where you might not find a sword right away. Um, so we're going to go ahead and give it a shot, and we'll see how we do. I did a quick test video, and it sounds like my audio is working this time, which is good, since my first try was terrible. I think I got all that resolved in the second one. I have the game itself at a reasonable volume that I can hear and enjoy, but it's mixed so that my voice is definitely more predominant than the game sounds, unlike that first video. So we're going to go with this, give it a shot, see how well we do here. Let's go ahead and see about how that uncle of ours is doing. There's our sword. So again, that is normal in the regular Zelda game. That is the default answer, is that you can find a sword there. Not always in the randomizer. So at this point, I have a weapon and I have some bombs. Great find. So we're gonna go ahead and try and do the first half of the escape. I don't know that I will be able to finish it because I don't have a lamp yet. And you do need a lamp to get through the dark parts of the sewer. But having a weapon that can kill overnight down below is extremely important. Watch what I'm doing. I'm trying to change the volume on here. It actually sounds like a little too loud for me, even though my recording was okay. There we go. Alright, that's alright. Cash. Um, so there's one more chest, actually three more chests we can check down here, I believe. And we're going to do that. I'm not going to pick up any hearts, so I can death warp back out to the beginning if I need to. Although I'll probably just end up saving and quitting. Then I can just get straight to the sanctuary. There's the key. Now, it's important to note, for those who aren't familiar yet, that keys that drop from enemies or that are found under pots are still normal in this game. It's only the treasure chests that are different. And things that are found on ledges are just sitting out in the open. Okay. Oh, wait. I need to actually kill him. And I wasn't supposed to kill the other guard, so we're just going to end up saving equipment here. The lamp will be upset. It's not. Okay, so we got everything we can out of there without the lamp. We'll come back to the second half of the rescue later. But for now, we're going to check this one. This is open mode. Zelda's already here hanging out. Okay. Now we're off to do the usual start, which is to go over and check the Lost Woods and Kakariko Village. I actually feel like deviating a little bit here. Yeah. Sometimes I like to check Kakariko Village before I go up to the Lost Woods. I feel like the two items you can check here take a long time and don't necessarily pay off all that well. But we'll see what we can get from various tree poles. That's going to help us, and see what's in here. This will tell us how the rest of the seed is going to go. Whether or not Raef sent me. Yep, Bombos up there, so. Okay, so Bombos is one of the three spells. It might be required to get into two of the dungeons, which, speaking of which, Those are all crystal. That's good to know. So the 3 Light World dungeons, which are 3 of the easiest, are all required. I have a sword. Why don't I use it? Yeah, so 2 of the dungeons in the Dark World require a spell to get in there. In the normal game, that is Ether and Quake, respectively, for the Mire and Turtle Rock. But since this is randomized, those have also changed, and they could be any of the 3 spells. So they could both be Bombos, or neither could be Bombos. And if neither of them are, or if they're dungeons that I don't need to do, I'm not going to bother fighting Aghanim to unlock that. Because the reason that's important is that getting access to that spell that I saw up there, that gold coin that was sitting on that ledge, that only works, you can only get there if you've beaten what is normally an optional boss. So I would like very much to skip that boss because there are only 2 treasure chests in that whole dungeon, and both of them are automatically keys. There are no items, there's no progression that you get out of that, other than access to 1 more portal to the Dark World. It's really not worth anything else. It opens up that location there in the Lumberjack tree, and that's about it. That's all you get for a 6 or 7 minute dungeon run. So far, not a lot here in Kakariko. Blind's hideout was bombs and money and hearts and arrows. Sorry, arrows, money and hearts. So not anything progression-wise, nothing. No fun new items, nothing that makes us tells us where we're supposed to go. Now, lately, I've been getting pretty good luck with getting either gloves and or the hammer in the well here. So let's see if maybe that continues. Here's the hammer. There's Ether, that's one of the other spells that we may or may not need. And not a lot else. So, hammer is good. Hammer is unlocks several things, and it is actually a very powerful weapon in its own right. Hello? There we go. It is, in fact, as powerful as the 3rd level Tempered Sword. So considering I only have the level 1 Fighter Sword right now, that is a huge upgrade. I can kill a couple of bosses in 2 or 3 hits instead of, like, 6. Like, in particular, the Moldorm at the Tower of Hera. Jeez, just money everywhere here. This is really not paying off very well. Yes, several of the bosses that I will fight are significantly easier for having hammer. Mushroom, okay. That's something I haven't seen in a while. The last couple of runs I've had have I either haven't found the mushroom at all, or it's been like super late, like in Ganon's Tower or something, where I never go back to check what it actually gets me. In the normal game, you find the mushroom in the Lost Woods, you give it to the witch, and she gives you the magic powder in exchange. Just bomb up there on the ledge, so I don't need to come back here ever. Let's see what the prize is over here. Since it's randomized, the item that the witch gives you is also completely random. It could be the powder, but it's not very likely. Since that was just a heart, I don't need that. We're going to go ahead and save and quit. It'll save me a couple of screens worth of transition. And we're going to go ahead and start the house. Because I'm paranoid. Shouldn't, because I am in fact on a timer here. This is a race with my friend Raef Gall, so I will try to avoid my usual completionist habit. Shoot. I have to remember that I actually have a sword. I'm not used to having one this early. I don't normally play with the uncle being guaranteed. Most of the runs that I have done lately have been, you might find a sword, or you might be waiting a while. Okay, so we dip into here twice. And I did that wrong. Oh god. I need to pay more attention. So again, this is a race, and I'm costly little mistakes like that. You know, it's only a few seconds I wasted there, but still, I need to stop that. I also need to avoid, like when I was in the Lost Woods in the spot where the mushroom normally is, there was just a piece of the heart there, and I went after it. And I'm going after this one too. If I was a better player, if I was a little more, you know, expert at this, I would skip those things in order to save time. And the real way to get through a race is to kill as little as possible and take as few steps as possible. Should I try it now? No. Ugh, and there it is. I almost always screw up something here in the mini Moldorm cave. But we got it. Minimal damage. Hey, Master Sword already. That feels good. So there are 4 levels of sword in the game. And we are now at the 2nd level. So enemies that normally took 2 hits to kill, like some of the green guards in the palace and whatnot, those now take 1 hit. The Master Sword can also cut through the beam that guards Aghanim's tower, which is the optional boss that I mentioned before that I really don't want to do. So I feel like this game is telling me that's where I need to go. I don't want to yet. Really, you know, I'll take a pop. Okay, one last item to check here, then we need to start heading north. We have almost enough money to go check Zora. I don't like going there unless I have the flippers, though, because there's 3 other items you can check in one go. So my only 2 options right now for places to go that are in logic, so to speak, given the items that I have gathered so far. Ooh, quick check, by the way. Trick I learned before. If you come down here, get off the ledge, that's just 5 rupees down there on that island. I don't need to worry about that ever again. Anyway, so trying to follow the logic of the randomizer is something where I'm gonna go check that witch. You take the things that it gives you and you say, okay, where can I go next? Where does the game want me to go? And if you're really good at that, you can get through this game really quickly in, say, an hour to an hour and a half. My best run so far is about an hour and 45 minutes on any run of the randomizer. Most of my games are at the 2 to 2.5 hour mark. So we will go ahead and give the witch her mushroom. Ow, you know what's gonna happen. Leave the screen. Come back. And we see what we get for our troubles. Please be something good. Hey, the glove. Okay. So we've got a lift upgrade. That means we can get past boulders, which actually now means we can get up to Zora. I hadn't realized before that there's a boulder just to the right of that screen that you have to have the gloves to get past. So when I was talking about going to visit Zora a few minutes ago, that would not have even been possible. Now it is, but I don't have 500 rupees and I don't have flippers, so it's not worth checking. I think the only place that is logically left, other than going way out of my way for Agina's cave, or Agina, I'm sure I say that. There's an old man that lives out in the desert, and he has 1 item in his cave. That is a long walk from where we are. So we're going to try the 3 items here, and then we can go into this first palace, and there are potentially 3 more items there. Money, even more money, and yay, a single arrow. Okay, so again, I could go check Zora. There's one item there. That's a ways out of the way. I would like to save that for later when I can potentially get more out of my time for going up that direction. Or there's one item down in the Desert Palace, near the Desert Palace, that I can check. And again, those are just way the heck out of the way, so I would rather not have to do that. So things I'm looking for right now. Most importantly, I would need the bow to finish this palace. It's something you normally find here, so I would be more than happy to have that come up this time. A lamp would be great, because then I could get both through the dark areas here, potentially in Aghanim's Tower, the place that I want to skip. And also up to Death Mountain. So the cave that leads up to Death Mountain requires the gloves to lift a boulder, and it requires the lamp. Now, fairly well experienced players can get through that without too much trouble, without having a lamp. I can usually do it without too much trouble. I'm not great at it. I'd rather not. But if the game gives you the lamp, that means the game is telling you, hey, go here. This is a place that you can logically go. You go through that cave, or if I finish this dungeon and go through the dark room here without the lamp, that's considered breaking logic. I am going someplace that is not following the chain of items that they're giving me. Oh, I also just realized there's 3 items in the back half of the escape that I can check now that I have gloves. Never get the timing right on that. If you throw those just right, only 2 of them spawn, and you can get them, kill them quick enough. The other ones don't. Let's see what the hint says. A unique item is an ice palette. Well, good to know, I guess. So there are a total of, I think, 7 items you can get here. Hey, there's a mirror. That's leading us toward Dark World, but we would need the Moon Pearl for that. That's another item that I would really like to see here. So we've now found 2 items. We have the arrows and the mirror. Shoot, okay. Got hit by them, but that's okay. Finding our way in the dark here. There we go. There's a key you've got to find there. Then you make your way out. Come on, where's the door? Seriously, where's the door? There we go. Okay. So that's kind of a logic break there because I didn't have the lamp. But again, it's not too terribly difficult to navigate through that room. So we'll see if it pays off. Come. Really? Normally you can just take the damage and step on that switch and get that to that treasure chest to appear. I apparently couldn't get the timing to where I was standing on it while I wasn't flashing. So yeah, I don't get to see what's in there. That's kind of a big pain. I'm gonna have to come back to that one day, and I still don't have the bow, so unless that was the bow in there, I wouldn't have been able to finish that palace and get anything else anyway. But I found 2 out of the 3 potential real items that are in there. As I was saying, there are 7 potential items there. 3 of them are going to be the big key, map, and compass. There's 1 small key. Oh boy. Hey, there's the Moon Pearl. Okay. Crap. That means that yes, this game is very definitely telling me I need to go beat Aghanim. So basically, where I'm at right now, I have the moon pearl in the mirror to go to the dark world. I have. Oh, actually, wait. I also have the mitts and a hammer. I don't need to go beat Aghanim. Oh, that's good news. So now that I have the moon pearl, I can go to the dark world. And having the hammer and the gloves means I can get the shiny little portals like this. Let's go ahead and get a map check here. Okay, so Turtle Rock, Thieves Town, and the Skull Woods are the pendant dungeons. I'm not crazy about that because Skull Woods and Thieves Town are actually two of the easier ones. Those are the two on the upper left. Okay, well, we'll see what happens here. I currently do not have enough items to finish any dungeon except for Thieves Town, and that's A, a long ways away, and B is only a pendant. We're gonna see. Wow, thanks. This is known as the Hype Cave because it used to be full of all kinds of awesome items in some of the early, tournament races and whatnot. So there's a lot of hype surrounding it. Well, in this particular case, that was kind of a bust. That was a lot of garbage in there. I can go check Stumpy in the digging game, or I can go start the Palace of Dark. Ow. Ow. So it's kind of scary being in the Dark World right now, because yes, I have a decent number of hearts, but I still only have the green mail, so that means that everything hits really, really hard. I am very squishy. Let's see what's up here. Bomb. I do not need bombs. That is not useful to me. Okay. I kind of want to go check Catfish, and then I can mirror over to Zora. But still, I don't like going there unless I have the flippers. We're gonna take a risk. I am gonna try and start this dungeon over here. I cannot finish it without the lamp and the bow, but you can at least start it. And there are like 7 items in here, 6 or 7, something like that. Is it? A fairly lucrative location. And it's something that once I get it unlocked, I can always come back to. Shoot. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. Not only am I taking lots of damage here, means I have to go back and get the monkey to unlock the door. So yeah, I can't finish this place. I can get one chest for sure, and there's a pretty good odds that there's like 12 treasure chests in here, and I think 6 of them are keys or something like that. Something like that. I might be a little off there. But anyway, there's one that you can check here for free no matter what. If it's a key, that means I can go on and open the next door and check other things. It is. Get the mirror back to the beginning of the dungeon. Saves us the time of going through there again. And we can wander on and explore a few more places. A couple more chests that we can check pretty easily. The key that would I think I need a key to get through this. I do. Well now. I don't like messing with those guys. I don't think I can go any further up here either. I think this is also, I think this is the bow-locked area. Or one of the two bow-locked areas. Alright, what am I missing? What am I missing? Oh, I know. Yeah, I don't want to go that way. I want to go this way. I would want to go that way. But I can't. Okay. Go over here. Drop down here. I hate this order of things. Normally I like to come here when I have a key so I can go up there first. Let's see what this is. There's a key. Basically, we're just going to go up and around. Check a quick hint tile. A piece of heart is in Paradox Cave. Well, there's like 7 things in Paradox Cave, so that doesn't really narrow it down. Fortunately, that hint does not tell me whether I do or do not need to go to Paradox Cave. Not helpful. Alright, so we have our key, we can drop down here. Once again, hoping that this is a key, because otherwise we're stuck again for a little while. It is not. Yeah, I think I'm stuck. I think that was a completely wasted trip. I got nothing of value out of that. You know what? Okay. Actually, I may have wanted to stay in the Dark World. A lot of things I can check over there. Shoot. Okay. So I'm not going to go check Catfish or Zora yet. We're going to go check the Dark Thieves Town. There is another portal that I can get to north of Kakariko Village with the hammer and the first level gloves. There are 2 pendant dungeons right next to that. So I'm not crazy about the dungeons, but there are a lot of items in the Dark Village itself that might be worthwhile. Don't have a bottle or the flute yet. There's nothing else I can check in here. Excuse me, pardon me. Excuse me. I don't know, there's a lot of places I can check right now, particularly in the Dark World, given the hammer, gloves, mirror, moon, pearl combination that I've found so far. There aren't really any dungeons I can do. So, again, the only one I can do is the close one right here that's in the village, the Thieves Town. And there are potentially 4 items that you can find out of there. But beating it doesn't really help me right now. So I guess I wander around the village here, I check what I can. Excuse me, pardon me. Oh. Hey, there's the next level of gloves. So that makes it a little easier to get to that portal that I just went to. I don't have to go up and around into the woods. That means I can go get Jeremiah. He's a bullfrog. No, really. Jeremiah. Okay, so we'll take him up here to his home. And we're going to get a couple of items that we can check here for doing that. I have the hammer, so I can check all those pegs there. I do not have the magic powder, so I can't check the one in here. I'm not terribly crazy about doing the purple chest right now. That is, again, kind of a long way out of my way for one item. Oh, not worth it. I now essentially have all the money I will ever need in this game. I can buy a lot of potions and Dora's flippers or whatever the item will be. I could even buy some of the bomb and arrow upgrades if I wanted. It's much faster when you have the boots. And not worth it. Fantastic. Alright, let's go ahead and try out the, take a dip into Thieves Town. Again, this is a pendant dungeon. I could theoretically complete it. I have all the items that I need to get from start to finish in this dungeon. I don't know that that's worth it, because it's just a pendant, and the pendants are usually not required in this game, in the randomizer. Oops, jumped down too early. Hooray, we have a shield. There are 4 chests that you can check very easily here. One of them has to be the big key, so you can get to the second half of this dungeon. The other 3 could be items, or things like the map and compass. Is there? Ow. So far, no item. Turn back. No. There's an item, and it's not a good one. And that's the big key guaranteed. Okay, we found 2 items. The shield, which is not terribly useful. I don't really need it. And the arrow. Oh, let's go forget. Shoot. Wrong way. I am kind of striking out here. This is not where I want to be. Kind of rudderless. Not sure where the logic wants me to go. Well, we will keep going here and I'll hope that I do not have to finish this place. Please stay out of my way. Please stay out of my way. Thank you. Okay, we go up here once without hitting the switch. Let's check the hint tile. Armor is in Mimic Cave. Okay. That is a useful tip. Unfortunately, it's not what I wanted to hear. I like being able to get the armor upgrades early, and that is a very difficult to reach place. The Mimic Cave is located on Death Mountain, and you have to go into Turtle Rock, which is a pendant dungeon that should not be required for this run. Ice Rod. That is a useful item. Unfortunately, the only thing that the Ice Rod is actually useful for is killing the boss in Turtle Rock. I really feel like this game is telling me I need to go to Turtle Rock. But, as Raef Gall is fond of saying, it's always Turtle Rock. Even when the game doesn't explicitly make you go to Turtle Rock, which is normally the last dungeon before you go on to fight Ganon, you still generally end up having to go there. There are a lot of items that you can get. I think there are at least 5 or 6 in the dungeon itself, plus the one more that is known as the Mimic Cave there that the hint just gave me. Mimic Cave, you basically have to go partway through Turtle Rock, and there's a part where it pops you out of it, where you go outside, And if you use the mirror from part of that bridge, you actually come back into the light world in a place that you would not normally be able to access. Oops, that is the one I very much did not want to open. Ow. If I did that exactly wrong, I'm not sure how much worse I could have done that part. Sure, dying that is. Okay. Still looking for one or two more items. I think I lost count. Basically, we're going to go ahead and fight the boss, even though I don't want to, and even though I'm probably going to die because I only have 4 hearts and green mail. Blind runs. Ha ha ha. The boss here is known as Blind, and he hates the light. So usually, oh, yeah, we're going to die in one more hit. Yep. That's not good. I am not having a good run here. There is at least one more item there. I got to stop and figure out. So basically, Blind could have dropped either an item or a small key, and if it was a small key, that meant I would have had to go check the big chest in the basement. That then would have been an item. So there's one more item in there. I don't want to have to go back for it. I really don't. This is kind of turning into a nightmare right now. We're going to have to get some good progression items here very soon, or else I'm going to have to break logic and just start guessing. That was a waste of time. Okay, there's 2 items we can get over here pretty easily. And unless they come up with something good, I'm either going back to fight Blind again, or gonna try to find the 2 items in Skull Woods, which is also a pendant. Ugh. Yeah, also a pendant dungeon, and not... There's only 2 items in the whole thing, so it's not really a good one that you want to go check. Pretty low odds of finding anything useful there. Hey, boots are good. Okay. Boots make you go fast, and boots can also unlock a couple of items. So at this point, things I can check. There are... I can get the purple chest. I can go check the bonk rocks. I can get the king's tomb. I can get Catfish and Zora. I can get Agina's cave. I am kind of at a loss here. This is... Other than the one that I just died in there, which again is a pendant dungeon that is not strictly required, there's no dungeon that I can complete in the entire game right now. I would need either the bow, or the flippers, or the flute, or the red cane, you know, either lamp, either things that would make those part of logic. Ugh. Not routing well. I'm making some pretty bad decisions here. Excuse me, sir. Kind of rude. Crowd my space there. Okay. Hop over here. Just a heart. I need to go... doesn't really help me much. Since I am over here, we're gonna go check the Agina's cave. I hate leaving it that close to the cliff. I'm probably gonna... Oh, no. This is not where I want to be. I don't have the book. I actually want to be down here. It's a fairly easy thing to check since... Oops, I have the boot. You can pretty much just dash straight up there. Preferably not bonk into the wall. Hooray! That was super useful. Okay. There's nothing else of note that I can reach on the southwest corner here. We're gonna go back to the sanctuary. There are 3 items that we can check fairly easily up here. One in the light world and 2 that will mirror back to the dark world. Fire rod. Okay, that changes things. So the fire rod is definitely required to finish Skullwoods, which again is one of the easily accessible but pendant dungeons, and only has 2 items. It is also required for Turtle Rock to finish that. So, once again, as Raef Gall would say, it's always Turtle Rock. So, I think right now the game is telling me to go into the Skullwoods since I now have the fire rod. We're gonna give it a shot. But the Skullwoods without half magic or a potion and or a really good sword are kind of scary. I don't... do. Yeah, the boss in here is a nightmare. I am terrible at it. The best weapons for killing it are either the 3rd or 4th level sword or the fire rod. But considering you need to spend most of your magic to get into the room, you don't have a whole lot left over to actually fight the boss with. It's basically you need to make your shots count, and then you need to finish it off with the sword. There's a lot of spikes everywhere, and the potential that I will hit them is very high. So yeah, this is scary. I don't like this option. Again, all I'm getting out of a hard boss fight is going to be pendant. That's not a good sign. You know what? Here's what's going to happen. So the boss has the red pendant, which I probably do not need, and an item. There are now very, very low odds that that item is an actual weapon or useful item. There's only 2 in here, and one of them that I just found was just rupees. So, only one more chest or the boss, respectively, has something that I need, or I might need. And it might be something as crappy as more rupees. Sure is. Oh yeah, I can't get out that way. Okay, so Skull Woods is completely worthless. We are going to leave here and never speak of this again. Until the game tells me I need to do the bloody Master Sword pedestal. The only reason why you would ever need to finish the pendant dungeons is if the item that is normally on the Master Sword pedestal, the Lost Woods in the Light World, going the wrong way, is a required item. So again, kind of like the Bombo spell that I checked earlier, it's not something I want to see be required. Good, that is not required. These things hurt a lot. Please leave me alone, thank you. Okay, 2 more items we can check over here. Really? I am just not on my game today. I'm making a lot of rookie mistakes. Now, this is a location that I don't check all that often anymore. There's usually a hint that tells you what is, quote, above the pose. The pose is the name for those ghosts. Ugh. Those ghosts that are flying around in the graveyard. So if you see a hint later on that says some bombs is above the pose, and yes, grammatical mistake is how that would be. I'm gonna shake my head and realize that, yep, I already saw that. I wasted my time checking that. The flute. Wow. That is an excellent item to find. Okay. Yeah, we are going to go ahead and stay in the light world. Ignore my portal there. We're going to go head back to the village and check that out. The flute is an extremely useful item to find early on. So I am very, very grateful for that now. Yes, I wasted some time with the bombs above the pose, but I found a great item. Wait for it to reset. There we go. Okay, there's a couple of places I like to check right away once I get that. There are 3 items plus ether, which we have. Okay, I could theoretically get in there. I don't know that I want to yet because I don't have the cane that I would need to finish it. And there aren't a lot of items in there. Ugh. Getting a lot of junk. Raef, what is this deed? I'm hoping at this point that we hit a point fairly early on where we can do what's called go mode, where it's basically just a boss rush. Oh shoot, I'm doing it wrong. Okay, you know what? We're gonna go ahead and do this first. Not that way. I'm getting flustered here trying to figure out where I should go next. I'm gonna go check this other chest first. Then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna do that palace. Finally get a crystal. Hooray. Go mode is when you have all of the major items that you need to finish the game. And so you can basically just blaze through. Nope, not going to waste my time doing that. More money that I will never need. So yeah, once you have the necessary items, you just punch through the dungeons as fast as you can. You just go, go, go. And go mode. Pretty self-explanatory, right? So far, I'm in the exact opposite of that. I am in the wander around aimlessly and hope to find something, anything, that can help me. There are two ways to get into this dungeon. The first is to find the book that you can use to unlock the front door. That's the normal way. Each item requires the Cane of Samaria. Interesting. Go ahead and get that over here. Oh, okay, I know where that is. I think I know where that is. Alright, wonky. So there are only two items that we can find in here. One of them was that heart container that was above the pedestal. There are two over here. So if I find the big key and hooray, and an actual useful item here, I will then know that I do not need to check any other chest. That is in fact an item. Okay. There's nothing else of value anywhere in this dungeon. The big key chest is going to be the map or the compass. And the boss is going to drop either the map or the compass. There's nothing left that's worth checking. So we can just rush, get to the boss, kill it fast, get our first crystal, finally. What are we? Almost an hour into this video already and I haven't finished a single dungeon. Okay, some careful maneuvering there avoids all the lasers. And all the spinny tiles of doom. Go ahead and use our fire rod real quick. I think one of these has magic in it, which would be nice. The boss here, this is another one where having like the hammer or the fire rod or the silver arrows is super useful. You're supposed to fight this boss with just the first level sword. Oh. Ah! Well, I got one of them down quick. So there we go. Having the fire rod can take them down in 2 hits instead of like 6 with the basic sword. The silver arrows can take them down in 1 hit apiece, and I think the hammer is 2 or 3. Either way, better than the second level sword that I have. Way better than the first level sword that you're supposed to have in the normal game at this point. So hey, we got ourselves a crystal, boys. Now, where do we want to go from here? Alright, we're going to try Death Mountain, and we are going to do a slight logic break here. This is another of those dark caves. So this is technically not in logic. That's... Oh my god. I no longer have any idea. Okay. So I'm here. I can go up. There's a wall there. Need to move up just far enough that I can get around this wall. Okay, now I'm going to move diagonally down. Straight left, I hit a wall. Over here, okay, we go through the door. Now you see we're on the right side of the screen, that means we went through the door. We grab the old man who's standing there waiting. We come back through. Move over to the right until I can move down. Now we follow this diagonal wall back up and right until we can't move any further, like that. Down until we hit the wall, left until we hit the wall, and straight down, and we're out. So aside from fighting with bats there, and that's a slight logic break. Ho, worth it. And the dead rock in my way. So having the old man here gives us another point where if we save and quit, we can just start right here. That's not super important since we now have the flute and can basically save and quit and go wherever we want. But now that I have the flute and the old man there, that's two quick and easy ways to get up to Death Mountain. And I just realized that the tower here is in logic at this point. We can get there, we can finish it. Just a heart. There's a cave here that a lot of people normally check to see what the item is before they dive into it. In the latest version of the randomizer, they changed it so these hint tiles that I mentioned, that I'm $5 says this is the one that says the thing about the pose that I mentioned. That item, you'd see that and say, oh, I don't need this. The ice rod is in Thieves Town. Well, I just found that, so we're going to try something here. Nope, nowhere near it. If you can bomb yourself across that gap, you can save quite a bit of time. I've done it once or twice, but I cannot do it consistently, so. Yeah. Long cave that puts you out here as opposed to just being able to walk back out on the top. So, going through all of that and then climbing back up this long staircase, etc. Unfortunately, both the item and the hint were not useful, and I could not save the time by bombing around that gap. Not one of my finer moments. We're going to do this. Now again, a better speedrunner than I would put that portal well above and skip that heart because it's not a required item. If you're better at this game than I am, then you shouldn't need all those extra hearts. You shouldn't be taking that damage. I am not good. Ugh. Oof. Oh, you're really going to have to hit these things with a rod? Okay, big key early is good to find. Yeah, seriously, I'm gonna have to drop those every time. Unique item is in Ganon's tower. No kidding. Okay, we do not have a key, so we cannot go up or downstairs into the other part of the basement, which I believe also requires. I can't remember if it requires the lamp. Oh yeah, I have the red sword now. I can't remember if it requires the lamp because it's dark or just because there's like there's lanterns that you have to light down there. I also have no idea why I switched to bombs there. Not an item I need. Unless once again I can pull off a really clever bomb jump and save myself some time. 20 rupees. So cash requires a big red bomb. Okay. So here's what we're going to try and do. Nope. I was a bit off there. Okay. If you can bomb jump, once again, that saves you some time. I'm not going to try it again. I'm just going to do it the regular way. I want to practice that, but now's not the time when I'm in a race and already losing time. Oh! And screwing that up. Wow. Yeah, I am off my game today. As evidenced by the fact that I just ran into a wall for no good reason. Okay. I can line this up right. Oh yeah. You can skip that, except for the part where I don't want to skip that. I want to actually switch. Oh my god. I'm not sure if I'm just tired. Ugh, not what I want to see. I'm not sure if it's just because I'm tired or if it's because I'm trying to narrate this or what, but this is really not a good run so far. Now that we've done that, now we can skate right past this. Grab a couple hearts. Why did I bother? It's not like I need the sword beam. Here's everyone's favorite boss, the Moldorm, or Trolldorm. He's pretty easy once you have the red sword. Map. So that means that the item that is in the basement is the compass? I don't think I ever found a compass, did I? Or was that in the chest downstairs? Crap, now I have to go back in and check. Okay. Quick pop into here. Test my bad memory. Nope, wrong. No, I did find the compass. That means this is, in fact, an item down here. That stinks, because going through here is a huge pain. This room takes forever and is really easy to take damage in. Okay, so we got the little cheat there. Since we're standing on the tile and we're flashing like that, we are invulnerable. We can just wait out these stupid things and not take any damage. Meanwhile, I can give my cat some attention because he's begging. Take a little coffee break here. I hate having to come back in and check this location. It's so slow. Excuse me, pardon me, coming through. Okay, yeah. So it's not that you need a... Oops. Not that you need the lamp for light. It's that you need the lamp to light those torches. And, hey, half magic. That means I can use my fire rod a whole lot more. Oh. Would have been nice for that other boss that I fought in Eastern Palace. Or the Desert Palace, sorry. If I had remembered to check there, would have been simple. So a couple things are going to happen here. There are a lot of treasure chests that you can check on the east half of Death Mountain. There's one item here in the Spiral Cave. No idea why it's called that. Pretty obvious. Oops. This will take us back out toward the bottom. And if we can get through here without getting stuck by one of those little jerks, we can go in here, walk off the ledge. That and the flippers. Hey, that's awesome. Remember how I kept saying I didn't want to go check Zora without the flippers? Now I can do it. Okay. 1, 2, so far. Hey, hookshot. That is awesome. That is a fantastic item that is absolutely required to have. And we'll make the rest of this run a lot quicker and less painful. Once again, we are going to try a little bomb jump. Ah! Or screwed up completely because my cat batted at me. I swear that's legit. That actually happened. That wasn't just me making excuses. Alright, so we're back down here. We're gonna go... Ugh. I hate those little bastards. See if I could... If I had pulled that bomb jump off, I could have just gone right here, which is where I wanted to go in the first place. Cat, seriously, stop biting me. Fairy. The item over there is just money. On the top left of our screen, that means we do not need to waste time going out there. But now that we have level 2 gloves and the hammer, we can check what is in Turtle Rock. Ugh. There's the Quake spell to open it, which we do not have. That's actually vanilla. That's, wow. Both of the dungeons are what they would be in the normal vanilla game. It's kind of crazy. Ether for the Misery Mire, and it was Quake for that. Since we just found our shiny new hookshot, we can check what is known as Hookshot Cave. Once again, for obvious reasons. We get around to doing the hookshot. Clever names, huh? I'm bringing these up because a lot of them actually aren't as self-evident. Some of them make no sense why they call it what they do. This is the Super Bunny Cave, for instance. Now it's called that because in the normal game, if you come into the Dark World without the Moon Pearl, you turn into a bunny. There's very little that you can do. But you can kind of glitch it in here, and you can still push those blocks and grab those chests. So they call it the Super Bunny, I guess, because it's super strong, or whatever. I don't know. It's a weird inside joke for that. Okay, I don't have either the cape or the cane, so I think my work here on Death Mountain is done. I think I would love to be able to come up here in the Dark World so that I can check the catfish while I'm doing this. But I should be able to get 4 out of 5 of the items that are in this area in fairly rapid succession. Actually, 5 out of 6. Think about it. Ow! Cat! Seriously? This is a hell of a handicap, having a feisty kitten in my lap. Every time I stop petting him, he bites at my hand. Okay, nothing but hearts there. Not great. What's over here? Just a heart. Normal and not worth going out of my way for. Do the diagonal area and dash here. And that's good. As I've mentioned multiple times throughout this video, once you have 500 rupees, you can come here and check Zora. But I don't like coming up here without the flippers so that you can check those other items. That was... You know, rather than going and checking the other location, I'm actually going to save and quit there. Let's do... Have the fire on the Titan's Nest. That means Ice Palace, which, as we know from our hint earlier, there is, in fact, a unique item there. I don't need to go to the Dark World first. Really? I'm gonna go check the hobo. Cat. Swim our way up here, hope that the hobo has something shiny for us. Other than money and bombs and hearts. Seems to be all I can find around here. Don't forget the arrows. Lots and lots of arrows. Cat! Stop it! Might have to lose his spot in my lap if he doesn't stop this. Hey, the lamp! Okay, well that suddenly puts Eastern Palace back on the map. But I need the bow to finish it, so never mind. Let's just do... Yeah, let's carry on with the plan to go to Ice Palace. Once again, I think this is a pretty good read of the logic. Given the items that I just found, I can now swim to the island, lift up the boulder with the Titan's Mitt, and use my fire rod and half magic to burn through all the crappy bad guys in there. I just realized the other thing of going and checking both the Mire and Turtle Rock and seeing that they were the vanilla, ether, and quake spells respectively, like they would be in the vanilla game in the normal Link to the Past. That means the Bombo spell is not required to finish this game. Ugh. And it's one of the joke hints. Hooray! That guy always drops a key. These guys you can just completely ignore. Whoops. Ah. Seriously. And compass. Not a useful thing to find. Now, the one thing that sucks about being here so early is that I am very much not in go mode. I need lots of items. And I found that hint to say that there is, in fact, a unique item to be found here in the Ice Fountain. And never said that was a useful item. A unique item. So until I find that, I have to check. Ah! Screw that up. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Off a little bit. So I have to keep checking every chest, and that makes this a very long and very annoying dungeon. Piece of heart and some cash is in the western wing. Oh, okay. That was a very useful hint. If I do go into the Swamp Palace, which is actually required, I do definitely have to go in there. Ready to kill the enemies flawlessly, and then when I do go into the Swamp Palace, which is in logic now with the hook shot and cool. That means that I can skip the western edge, which takes like 2 minutes to check. It's kind of a long, tedious, crappy place to go, because you have to kind of go around a long set of barriers. So now I know I can skip that, and I can just basically go straight to the boss. Ow, I forget how much that hurts when you don't have good armor. The key. Not the key. There's also a way to bomb jump yourself across that to save some time, but I don't really care. The key yet, so going this way. Dang it, thought it was clear. Oh, I don't like doing this place. Whoa! Okay. That was bloody brilliant. I mentioned I'm kind of off my game today. Because I'm kind of off my game today. Hey, big key. Find that. And happy to find another heart there, considering how low I am. Kind of stinks coming into this place without having the magic powder, because there's so many anti-fairies and bubbles and things that you can then turn into. Crap, here's where I actually have to check the map, I don't remember. That is the big chest if I go that way. So now that I have the big key... Ugh! Really? Haha! It worked. Nope! That lot of good it did me, I'm about dead. Okay. Now that I have the big key, I can do that fun little glitch. Yes! There's a unique item. That's a very happy one to find, too. I missed something. That's the way I need to go eventually, but there are also a couple of chests yet. Oh god, if I can make it through here without dying. Only one heart, that's kind of hit or miss. Heart. Ugh. Find one, lose one. Whatever. Okay. Ha! That was better, eh? A lot better than last time. Okay, there's like 2 more chests that I can check over here if I keep going this way. Excuse me, pardon me, coming through. What I do. And another hint up here that I forgot about. Some cash and a unique item requires a big red bomb. Okay. So previously I saw that the there was cash behind the in the pyramid place. Oh no! Okay. This is not good, Maverick. Yep. Okay. So, lessons learned. Oops. We won't assume things here. I won't just take the damage from that spike thing when I only have the green mail. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So, we saw earlier the hint that there was cash in the pyramid, which is where you need the big red bomb to blast open the crack. Now that we see that, there is in fact also a unique item in the other chest. Now that puts that back on the table as something we need to check. Actually, oh, right there. Hit the switch. I actually kind of like killing those guys because they're pretty easy to kill with the hook shot, and they have a high tendency of dropping a heart. So, this time, let's not screw up bombs. Okay, got that. Drop those, grab that heart. And timed it right. Grab the heart. Oh well. It is still a race. One that I feel like I am doing very poorly on. You know what? I got a decision to make here. So, normally, you're supposed to leave that switch down so you can get through here, right? Oh, this is a bomb jump that is fairly easy to pull off. Oh god. Okay, we gotta get it lined up just right, and I think I'm in the right place. Oh my god. I'm gonna kill myself now. I've got one last try, and if nope, I'm dead. Okay. I have now put myself in a whole world of hurt trying to pull off a trick that bragging about how that's pretty easy. I am actually really surprised that I have not found a bottle yet, and that makes this just terrifying because I don't have any potions, I don't have any fairies. Oops. I don't remember which the fastest way to go is here. I think I fall down here. I can do this right. Yep. Oh, come on! Ugh. That's one of the less favorable glitches in this version of the game. In the American release, you can't actually take damage while you're falling like that. Come on, don't fall. Thank you. In this game, however, you still can. You're still vulnerable in that moment while you're falling. Yeah. Again, wish I had the powder so I could turn that into a real fairy. Excuse me, guys. Pardon me. Coming through. Not what I wanted to see. Okay. Where am I at? Here's the problem. Since I'm having to actually search every nook and cranny in this place, and because I died, and because I missed my bomb jump there, I am completely off track for, like, where I should be going next. Yeah. Kind of at a loss here. Okay, I think I want to go back up this way. I'm going to try and fall here again and try not to take damage. Like that. Aha! Better. Okay. Now we're on the right path. Unfortunately, I still have... Ow. The wrong switch is thrown. But I remember where to fix that. God, I wish I had the powder. All these fairies bouncing around looking like target. Go in here. Wait for that to get out of the way. I think there are a couple of hearts here now. Okay, so since I don't have the cane to do this the easy way, I don't have to go up here. I'm gonna kick myself if the cane is in the Bomb Palace. I really probably should have done that first. You know what? I'm a coward. Because I've been taking so much damage and playing so poorly, and I'm so close to the end, I don't want to do it again. We're gonna take the long way around. We're gonna grab a couple of fairies. Oh god, and I still have to go back up. Okay. Knew that was gonna happen. Should have waited to see which way was bouncing before I started my dash. Okay. Blue ones are... Oh my god, and I still have to go around. How do I... I am doing terribly here. Oh my god! Yeah, I'm pretty much at the point where I just can't do this dungeon without the red king. I mean, my routing here was just absolutely terrible, and now I'm down to 4 hearts again. But the good news is, we're here. Yeah, if you can do that bomb jump, then you can actually get there with the switch already thrown and not have to go all the way around like I just did. Come on, what's that, please? So here we are at a fairly scary boss. Do not have bomb boats. I do have half magic. No! I mistimed that. So we're going to take a little break here. I'm obviously struggling. We are an hour and a half into the game. I have, what, 2 crystals? Not a great start. So. Alright, let's take a break. Let's come back. We'll try and finish the Swamp Palace, go back into ice and finish that one, and hope that I have a good plan from there. Thanks for watching, and hope my failure was entertaining in a humorous Schadenfreude kind of way.